Good evening, good evening.
How's everyone doing?
Hope y'all having a good time this evening. Welcome to our show again, the Davidson Intervention.
Yes.
Make sure y'all, before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you like, you hit that notification.
Yes.
And keep making those comments coming. We love the comments.
Yes, absolutely. That helps us to help ourselves and give us, more energy to help you all.
Yes. So with the comments being said, someone sent me a comment last week because Kenneth and I, we discussed on how we met.
Yeah.
How do we meet?
Right.
So I told, as I was describing it, I kind of said I had this feeling, and I asked the Lord to give me a feeling if He wanted me to go ahead and, move forward to marrying you.
Right.
So the feeling that I felt, to describe it, y'all, it was like almost like, and I'm saying like a wind, wind, something overwhelming came over me. I can't really describe what that feeling was, but I asked for a feeling.
Right.
And I just got this urge, like, I need to do this. You gotta do this. So, I was like in slow motion. I can see it like it was yesterday. I picked up the phone.
Okay.
And I called Kenneth. And of course, y'all, he act like he did not know what I was talking about.
And I have a clue what question you talking about. And you went ahead and asked the question, and I'm like, okay, what was your answer? And you told me
that I wanted to marry you.
Okay.
You remember the question you asked me, and I said, the question you asked me, and I said, yes, I married.
Okay, you did say that.
So that kind of brings us to our topic today, y'all. We're going to talk about how long should you date?
Yes. How long should you, wait before you decide on getting married or spending the rest of your life with this person?
Right.
Or even in a long engagement. How long?
Right. How long is too long or how long is too short?
Right.
We even have couples ask us, and we're going to tie these in together, because couples even ask us, how long or when should I go through premarital? Because we do premarital as well.
Absolutely.
Kenneth and our timeline was really short. That's
I say 9 months.
Kenneth say 9
It took us 9 months to get married.
Okay.
And it wasn't a long engagement.
Okay.
It was a nice one, but it wasn't a long engagement.
Okay.
And you say it was shorter, or what do you think?
I say shorter than that because the reason why I say it was shorter, because we made the bed. We knew each other from the church we were attending, right?
Yeah.
So we knew each other.
Right.
But even though we knew each other, we wasn't serious or talking. We were just going to the same church.
Well, let me kind of put some clarification on this.
Okay.
You didn't see it as serious. I did. I saw it as a serious relationship because I already had made up in my mind that you were the young lady that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. You just didn't know it.
So you knew it, even just you and I making that bed, you and I going to
talking,
meet your mom.
You and I going out talking, you and I communicating, you and I having fun together. I knew it then that you were the one I wanted to spend the rest of my life with.
Okay, so explain to me and the people that's listening, because you say 9 months. I want to see the 9 months that you're speaking about. Tell me about the 9 months.
Well, when the first time we started going out, I saw that as being serious.
Okay.
When we started going out to restaurants.
So that was was it before or after we went to New Orleans?
That was after that. That was after that. Yeah.
So
after New Orleans, and we started going out, and and I wanted to move the relationship on faster because I had made up in my mind what I wanted. I know you was a young lady that I wanted. You had the qualifications that I was looking for. I had already asked the Lord for this type of woman that I wanted, this type of wife that I wanted.
Okay.
And He brought it right to my attention and said, this is the type of woman that you asking for, so here she is.
Okay.
And you didn't know that, but I was trying to speed the process up.
Right. I'm just asking because you keep saying 9 months, and I'm trying to see where did the 9 months, because look, we went out in January, right? You with me? We made a bed in January.
Okay.
So you took me out in January.
Okay.
Then we went to New Orleans in February.
All right.
Then we came back and we did continue to go out, but I told you like April or May that I will marry you. So that's not 9 months. So tell me your 9 months. That's what I'm trying to say. Your 9 months.
I'm just trying to get that timeline and the process going. That by the time we got to March, it seemed like it was 9 months to me.
See, for Kim, it was 9 months. But I'm telling y'all, see how it just kind of took out to that quick? It seemed like it took Kim. But to me, that was quick. Look, January, February, he asked me to marry him in February. It was really quick to me. And And I just gave y'all that. We went out in January. We made a bet in January. We went to New Orleans in February. By May, I said yeah, because keep in mind, every month I was trying. And it could have been April or March that I said yes. And I think it may have been March when I said yes, because April was like, every month was something. So I had an excuse for the reason why I did not want to get married that year.
And see, that was 25 years ago.
Yes.
So it's kind of, hard to bring that back up. It almost seemed like it was yesterday. Really, it does. But just 25 years ago.
When you said it was 25 years ago, then it was hard to bring up. Then it seemed like it was yesterday. Help me with that.
That's what I'm saying. It just seems like that to me. But I tell guys all the time that if you know what you want,
okay,
you know what you expect out of your wife, you know what type you're looking for, you know what, how you want her, you want her to be happy, sad, things like that. I think if you already have that in place, you should go ahead and start pursuing your wife, you start pursuing your girlfriend, and moving forward instead of waiting a year or 2 years or 3 years to figure out if this is the woman that you want to spend the rest of your life with. It doesn't take that long.
But what if it's some things I need to work through? I got y'all, because I know you asking the questions, so I'm gonna ask the questions because I always have a bunch of questions to ask. So what if I had a lot of stuff to work through? Because even though we got married, I still had some issues, I'm saying, coming into the marriage that I didn't work through. So you didn't know I had those issues. I'm just saying it just kind of worked out. It just kind of worked out for us.
I'm glad you brought that up because we did run across that situation with each other.
We did.
You were young and you were single and you were energetic and you were, strong-willed. And I understood all of that. So that's what I asked you. I said, look here, I said, before we take this step into the seriousness of marriage, I said, what I want you to do is go ahead on and get your fun out of the way, have a good time, enjoy yourself. I said, and get that out of the way, because when you come back into this relationship with me, I want you to be as serious as possible. And I want you to say, hey, look, I've got all my play out of the way now. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. So I gave you a few months to do that.
So you said it like that?
Not as cool and not as calm and not as
collected. I just want them to hear how you say it. How did you say it?
I just told you, I said, look here, I know you're young. I know you probably had a boyfriend or two out there. This is what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead on and get all your playing out the way.
Okay.
Get your little fun out the way.
Okay.
Because when you want to spend some time with me, you have to be serious. I'm going to be serious with you. I moved all of my situations out the way, and I want you to do the same. So when you're ready to spend that time with me, to get serious with me, then I'll be ready to spend that time to get serious with me.
I wanted you to say what you said. You never said what you said. What you told me was, go ahead and get all your play out the way and do what you need to do. Then when you get serious, come back and holler at
your boy.
See, that's what I was working on.
Okay, well, I'm trying to be politically correct as possible here.
But we're being real, we're being transparent.
And I understand that too. But I don't want to get too raw, because I want to let the guys know that marriage is serious. And it's so serious that God made it perfect. And our job is to do it the way God designed it. And our marriage won't be perfect, but it will look healthy.
Yes.
So that's what we're looking for, a healthy relationship.
So yeah, we didn't date a long time. Kim and I, like I said, we do premarital. A lot of premarital couples we see that come through our class, we come through, or we go see them or whatever. Y'all, sometimes they've dated 5 years. They've dated
6 or 7
10
years. Yes.
And we ask them, why is it taking so what's taking so long? We've gotten questions like, we've got answers. I don't mean questions. I'm sorry. We got answers like, I'm trying to get my money right. I'm trying to get this right. So when we ask,
trying to get my life in order.
Right.
What does that mean?
And when they say they're trying to get their money right, I say, okay. So this is kind of what I ask. Okay, if you're trying to get your money right, how much are you trying to? What's your goal? What are you trying to get to?
Right. Right.
And I'm just gonna throw it out there, y'all. This is probably a low number, but some may say, well, I'm trying to get about 20 or 30,000. Okay, I'm just throwing that number out there. So 20 or 30,000. The next question we ask them, how much of that do you already have? How much of that? Now that's your goal in order for you to move this to that next level.
And if I'm starting out with just $1,000, how long is that going to take me to get $20,000 or $30,000 saved up before I get married? I see why you want to spend 10 years. 8 or 9 years playing around with your fiance or playing around with your girlfriend.
Yeah, because if it took you, we together, I'm going to go on the short end. We've been together 6 years. You only got $1,000. and you want to get 20 or 30,000,
it's gonna take a long time.
Ooh, just think this is gonna take a long time for us to move to
so
that
I
next
see
level.
why you're stringing this young lady along, and you allow him to string you along 5 or 10 years before we get married.
But what you keep saying, string them along. But what if I'm enjoying this? What if I'm the one that really enjoying? I'm okay with what we have right now.
Well, if you enjoying it, then the ball is back in the guy's corner.
Okay.
His job is to say, look, hey, we want to do this the right way. We need to go ahead on and line up to become husband and wife instead of boyfriend and girlfriend the rest of our lives.
So it's your responsibility or my responsibility?
It's supposed to be the man's responsibility to go ahead and put his foot down and say, look, I'm ready to take the next step into wedlock. I'm ready to take the next step into becoming, partners for the rest of our lives. So my job is to let you see that and say, what will it take for you, young lady, to get ready to spend the rest of your life with me?
Wow, it's gonna be up to you. But if you trying to say that 20,000 or 30,000, you only got 1,000, how you gonna initiate that if you still stuck at that 1,000?
So now he needs to flip the script now and say,
okay.
Look, it may not be all about money.
Okay.
It may be about how can we build our relationship together, and maybe we can, build up to that.
And see, I don't even think it's about the money. You said you just said it may not be about the money, but how can we build a relationship? I think it's just deep. I just think if both of us are okay with it, and we've always just said, we just agreed to just say, okay, this is what we're gonna do. I enjoy what we're doing. I enjoy where we are. Cause I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I always wanted the next level. I think every young lady, or I don't know about men, but I can speak for most women that I speak to. I remember being young, I used to write my name, Lavita Jackson, Lavita Henry, Lavita Johnson. I wanted that to let me know. I wanted to be married. I was writing little kids' name. It's gonna be Khadijah, Renee Jackson, Khadijah. Y'all serious? Khadijah? Who's gonna get a job with Khadijah? But I'm just saying that was just something I've always, I wanted, and I think most women wanted that too. Y'all hear my dog? She hadn't seen me, so she really, really just want to come in tonight. But we'll bypass that.
That's the topic of another discussion. Not her.
But I just think we do as women want to get married, and I think what happens sometimes is that we go into relationships because, Kenneth, if you start spending time with me,
okay,
you and I start going out to eat, because when we were doing it, we were going out to eat all the time. Okay. We were spending a lot of time together. But you never said that I was the man. You never said I was your girl. You never said that. I'm just saying, I'm just setting it up, okay? You never said that. But women, because we get so attached, I kind of start believing that you my man.
Because I'm spending time with you. Because I'm spending money on you.
Yeah.
Because I'm showing you,
showing me really good time.
Real good time.
So if I see you, and granted, we've just established that we just friends and we just going out. We never said, if I see you out again, it mean you just exclusive. That's never been discussed. So I think what happens is that from our initiative date, from the start, what happens is we assume that we're serious. Okay. So that's why when I said it carries over. So what happens is that, come on, why don't you just move in with me? Okay. Then you move in with me.
Now we're acting like husband and wife now.
But we hadn't discussed, just like I just said, we haven't discussed what our relationship is.
Okay.
I mean, I know we're exclusive because now you're living with me, okay?
Right, okay. Or vice versa.
Or vice versa, I'm moving with you.
Okay.
But we know that. But then what's next?
Well, see, that we talked about that the last time, that we're seeing singles living married, and married people living single.
Yes.
So that's how that can happen too, because you get carried away a little bit and say, okay, I think we just live together for a little while, see how that's going to turn out, and see if we can make it happen. The next thing you know, 1 year passes by, 2 years passes by, 3 years passes by, and we're enjoying ourselves. So why should we get married? We just enjoying ourselves.
We are enjoying ourselves, because guess what? We're taking trips. We're hanging out. We're having a good time. We're hanging out with our friends. You hang out with your friends.
So why should we get married?
Yeah.
I mean,
so that's what I'm asking
let's just keep this
it like
the way it's going. We're having fun.
We're
enjoying ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's what we see. Married people living single, and single people living married.
And what we mean by, because we kind of gave you a description of what single life living married look like. But what does that married living single look like?
Well, I have my bedroom and you have your bedroom. Or we come to the table for dinner, and then when night comes, I go to my bedroom and you go to your bedroom.
But sometimes it's not even you going to a bedroom. It's sometimes you just always be in your man cave, and you may fall asleep in there, and then come to bed 2 or 3 in the morning. You're going to get up at 5.
So we're enjoying that now. We're starting to have fun like that. What's wrong with that? You know, what's wrong with that? And then we separate our bills. You pay some bills, and I pay some bills.
Yeah.
You know, you have your money, and I have some money.
Yeah, but
so I see how we can split that up.
I do too, but that's what we kind of got out because we started talking about.
Well, we're just trying to show how married people are living single.
But we were initially talking about how long should you date.
Right.
So we got to stay right there on how long should you date.
Well, me myself, I always say 9 months because I think that's how long it took me to realize that this is a young lady that I want to spend the rest of my life with. And I always tell guys 9 months. I said, why you say 9 months? I said, because that's how long it took me. and I'm trying to give you a barometer to shoot at. I don't want you to say a year or 2 years because there we go. We're going right back down the same path again. Not, spending time with each other.
Right. I think, and I really believe, can I say 9 months? I think 6 months, and I'm just being honest, 6 months to a year. I'm just being 6 months to a year. Just say if we start dating, we got serious. And I'm just gonna use a timeline. We started dating in January. We got serious by March. 6 months later, we should start discussing on. Okay, Kim, this is what I want. I'm looking for marriage. If you're not looking for marriage, I eventually want to have kids. I don't want us to date forever. Okay. Let's look at possibly looking at getting married 6 months from now, or let's look at getting married the next year.
And see, and I always get another reason I talk about this 9 month period, because I look at the old biblical days. In the biblical days, here's how they set it up. Your parents didn't know that parent. They just met each other and said, okay, I'm going to let your daughter date my son for maybe a week. They get married, and guess what? They spend the rest of their lives with each other learning about each other.
You know what?
Learning the good, the bad, and the ugly.
You just said biblical days, but it's a movie, y'all. I'm not going to give them any props that everybody's talking about where they just kind of met each other and got married. Y'all know what movie I'm talking about.
They got married?
They just got married. And they didn't really know each other. They just met each other, and they knew they were going to get married. Y'all know which movie I'm talking about, so I'm not going to give them any props on here. But, yeah, that's the same. I like that. That's the same scenario you said. And what made me say that is it happened in the beginning, and it was going on still then.
Yes. Yes.
It was going on from the beginning to that point of time.
Because I like that concept because just think you and I say 9 months, you say 6 months, neither here nor there. We dated that long and then we got married. And guess what? We came together and now we're still trying to learn each other now 25 years later.
We almost did the way it was set up because I'm telling you, I wasn't there. You, like you said, you was there. I wasn't there for, I don't know, like when you initially asked me to marry you and all of that, I wasn't there.
Right.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say I was out there still living my best life, which I thought I was.
You were just a little nervous. You were a little apprehensive. You were.
How do you know?
You were kind of scared.
How do you know all that?
Because I was scared when I first got married, also.
Okay, that was killing. Yeah. I'm talking about me. You trying to say how I felt?
It just sounded like it in your demeanor. You were backpedaling. You turned me down twice.
Okay, after 2 months, are you serious?
Let me finish this. You asked me, and I'm telling you, you backpedaled a couple of times on when I asked you to marry me. You backpedaled on that, and then once we got closer to the date, you started putting things in place and saying you might not think this is the right time.
No,
so I think you had cold feet for a little while.
I did,
but I think all of a sudden you realized that look, this is really going to happen.
Well, no, I didn't have cold feet. Remember, y'all, I was looking for a certain date. I wanted that next year, because we got married in March 2nd of 96. I wanted it in 96, but I didn't want it March. I was looking more summer, June, July. Everybody like it to be hot. That's what I was looking for. Kenna keeps saying he thought I was nervous or backpedaling.
That's what it just sounded like to me.
I don't think it was that. I just think
it sounded like it to me, so I was just throwing it out.
I just think I wasn't there. I just think I know I wasn't nervous. And it's not like I had a bunch of friends. I don't know. That's a good question you just said.
Yeah.
I wonder why I didn't. I what if I did that?
And so by doing it like that, the way it was designed, almost like the way it was designed, it helped us learn each other more.
We did.
Because we started telling each other what we like, what we don't like, what we're going to put up with, what we're not going to put up with, what we enjoy and what we don't enjoy.
Right.
You know?
And then I think we even we got to know a lot about each other. But I'm gonna tell y'all something, y'all. This weekend we went somewhere. It was just beautiful. But I just say that. But we went somewhere it was beautiful, and Kenneth he said he didn't know, because someone had asked me. We were at a table, we were eating, and they asked me. They said, "Did y'all play any musical instruments?" Because Kenneth what's your instrument you want to learn how to play?
Guitar. I want to learn how to play the bass guitar. If someone out there knows how to play the bass guitar, holler at your boy. I've always wanted to do it.
To learn how to
Before I
play
leave
the
Earth,
bass.
I want to learn how to play the bass.
He said he wanted to learn how to play that bass guitar. So I told him that I used to play the flute.
I knew you used to play the flute. I knew that.
And I told him I had taken piano lessons.
And I never knew that.
Kenneth said
25
he said he had never.
I never heard her say that she used to play the piano.
I did. I took piano
And so
lessons.
we're still learning today more and
Yes.
more about each other. As we ask questions, as we dip into each other's lives,
Yes.
we're learning more and more about it. Because I told her one time, I said that when I was in the Army, I was a basketball coach. She said, "You weren't no basketball coach." I said, "Yes, I was a basketball coach for our United States Army team. Not the real team, but our company commander team." And so she didn't understand.
I didn't believe. I'm telling you. I
We're
still
learning more
don't.
things.
I need anybody out there that played basketball under Coach Davidson. Holler at your girl.
You've got to be 62 years old in order to play basketball
I
with our
just
team.
wanted to know, because I was like, Kenneth, you never did that. But just like I told him when I was in school, I told him I was a 5'7" guard, and I know I'm not 5'7", but I look 5'7", and every time we had a game, they would look like, where that 5'7" guard is. But anyway.
But the good thing about that is we enjoy learning more and more about each other.
We really do.
You know, we don't dig too deep into our past, you know, but we just talk about some of the happier times of our lives, what made us as a person, what made us as a human being.
Right.
And that helped us to enjoy each other's company more.
What's some
and more.
good things you've enjoyed? I'm just saying, even though it's short and we're trying to know each other, what's some good things you've enjoyed with us spending time together?
Traveling. I enjoy
Like
traveling with each other.
okay.
We've been to places we haven't been before. And when I'm there with you, I enjoy that because I'm there with a person that I want to spend the rest of my life with.
Right.
Either we're just up in the snow mountains or things like that. So I enjoy that.
Yeah.
What about yourself?
I just enjoy your presence, your demeanor. I love that you have this calmness about yourself. I always tell Kenneth he the one that can check me, keep me grounded, keep me in line.
And that's not an easy job.
He really can. He's the one that
I don't understand
really,
that today. That's not an easy job. I mean,
he does it because he'll say,
I see that from afar, and that is not an easy job.
He'll say, Vita, or if I do something, because I know I can still sometimes be stubborn and bullheaded. I can acknowledge that I still can.
I agree.
And a lot of times when I'm acting that way, Kenneth just for some reason I almost feel like he ignored and just keep doing what he needs to do in order for us to keep moving in the direction. I love that about you, that you do that. And I always tell you, I love that you still allow me to be me.
Wait. Back that up. What do you mean? Allow you to still be you? I'm not understanding that. You are Levita. What do you mean? Allow you to still be you?
Well, like some people, when they get married, they feel like they lose themselves. They can't be who they were when they were single. They can't act, the same way, or they kind of got to change. Oh, excuse me, y'all. No, you still allow me. I can still act crazy. I still laugh. I still joke. I still, if I be dancing, I even dance like if I'm dancing with my cousin on my own, I'm just acting crazy and just, just being me, and you still let me be me.
So you're saying that once you get married, you should not lose your identity?
Never. You should never lose your identity.
So if you get married as a husband and wife, the wife should have her identity and the husband should have his identity.
Of course. That's what I like about you. You still Kenneth. You always Kenneth. You've always been the same Kenneth.
I'm glad you brought that up
because... You've been the same Kenneth since day one.
Because I hear a lot of couples say that my husband is trying to take my identity from me. My wife is trying to take my identity from me.
That'd be a good one for us to talk about next time.
And I thought about that. I'm like,
that's a good one.
How is that happening?
Yes.
That you let some person take your identity from you?
I like that.
Just because we want to spend the rest of our life with each other?
Don't get too deep in there because I want to come back with that. I want to come back to that one.
You brought it up, but I appreciate you bringing it up.
But I want to stop. But I do. I appreciate that because, and what I'm trying to give y'all, even in the short time that we got engaged or dated, I still get head over heels when Kenna texts or when Kenna call or when Kenna come home, or I still get excited. I still light up, you know, because, oh, Kenna, you know. Right now he got me in this space where he take me everywhere, and I love that. He just don't know. I appreciate him being he's like I don't sit in the back, but I say he's my Uber driver. He's not really my Uber. He's my driver. He's my chauffeur, let me say that. But I'm in the front. But I love that. I mean, if it's 10, 11 o'clock and I'm like, oh, can I need something from the store? You want to allow me to go to the store by myself? You know, you're there. But I love that we built this the way it is.
And I really like that, because that's what I wanted in a marriage. I wanted a marriage to have a wife that could be my companion, my confidant, my friend, my lover, my best friend.
Oh,
that's what I wanted in a wife. So I strive for that. I gave that to the Lord and said, Lord, this is what I want in a wife. And you are exactly what I wanted in a wife. Not perfect. I'm not perfect. But it's healthy.
Say that again, because you kind of messed up that wife. It sounded like you said wife.
I said wife.
Say it again.
I said wife. You are the perfect wife that the Lord sent me. You know, I asked him for a certain amount of actions and identities and things like that. And the Lord said, okay, you know, that's your plan. But here's my plan right here. So he sent me a wife that was 9 years younger than me. And she was, you know, strong. I'm not going to say bull-headed. Strong-willed. She was strong-willed, very opinionated.
Yes.
And I appreciate the Lord for sending her my way.
Yes. Because
that helps me to stay in shape and stay healthy in the mind. So, you know, I won't relax in that area.
Because even in our short time, I just remember early on, because Kenneth and I, we love the kids. We used to love the kids at the church. We used to have the kids with us all the time.
Okay.
So even during that time, Kenneth and I said, we're going to have a bunch of kids. I said, oh, Ken, I want 2 or 3.
I said, I want at least about 5 or 6
Kenneth
kids.
said, 5 or 6. I said, 2 or 3.
Oh, yes, I wanted a lot of kids because I love children.
He wanted a lot
Back
of kids.
then, 25 years ago, I loved children.
Yes, he wanted a lot of kids, so I wanted 2 or 3. We end up having, he has 1 from his first marriage, and we have 1 together. That's our producer.
That's our producer, yeah.
That's our little
his
producer.
name is Kenneth Jr.
Yeah.
We want to give him some props. He's our producer today, and last time.
I remember when when I got pregnant, I had said, "Ooh, Kenneth, you know, we're gonna after this, you know, we're gonna have a couple of more because that was our plan."
Right.
I just stayed sick. To me, I couldn't keep anything down, so I just remember asking him. I said, "Well, Kenneth, you don't mind if this be the only one we had, do you?"
And I looked at her and I looked at life and said, I don't mind at all. Because we wasn't getting any younger.
We were not.
You know, late 30s, almost 40.
And then I already had my niece and nephew here, so it was like, okay, that's going to work out perfectly.
We got the one, and we're enjoying him.
We enjoying him.
That's
I could just continue to just give him the world and all of that. And I just, I'm telling you, I'm loving where we are right now. I'm really enjoying, because even when you gave that description of, you know, the biblical days, you started out, you met and then you dated the rest of your relationship. Then we talked about that new movie that I was telling y'all that's out, that everybody's watching. They arranged the marriages, and then they got married. So that's what you know what I'm talking about. You got married.
Right.
So they got married. And then after they got married, then you and I, to me, we had a short dating before we got married.
Right. Right.
And to be transparent, y'all, I'm not saying that once we got married, it was great. Now, we had issues.
By no means.
We had issues. We had struggles.
It was
tough. But looking back at it, I can laugh about it. I can talk about it because we share it all the time with other couples all the time of some of our experiences or negativities that we've had. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't want to trade it for the world. I'm excited about it.
And what those difficulties
I love it.
Helped us in marriage and the relationship was it helps us to get stronger.
It does.
Because every time we had an obstacle came our way, our job was to try to come together and see how we could tackle this obstacle.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy at first, but now we're starting to learn how to tackle them now and not let them build up. We don't sweep up under the rug anymore. We don't, let them stagger.
Right.
Because once they stagger, then it can turn into a mountain of problems. So that's what we want to get into too. how can we handle situations when they come up?
But the next one I want to talk about was losing your identity. I like that you brought that up. I think that'll be a great one because then we can talk about those issues once we start getting deep into it.
But we don't, by no means, we don't want to say marriage is easy.
It's not easy.
We don't want to say marriage is all the time fun.
Right.
Marriage is a serious ordeal.
Yes.
It was so serious that's why God ordained it. Mm-hmm. He ordained marriages because he said, if you can do it my way, it can work.
Yeah.
But if we let everything else come into our way, let everything else come into our midst, marriage will seem like hard work.
Right.
And it is hard work.
It is hard work.
And marriage will seem like a struggle.
Right.
Marriage will seem like it's impossible to stay married to this person or that person or this person. But our job is to let you all know out there that marriage is healthy and marriage is durable. But our job is to see how much are we willing to roll up our sleeves and make this thing work.
Right.
That's what it's going to take.
Because just like this weekend, y'all saw a lot of football, and those teams work together.
Right.
One person wasn't doing what they were not supposed to do. One person, like Kendall just said, was not doing all the work. They came in together, and they worked it together. Even though you're going to have a winner and a loser, but I just wanted to let you see they work together. Kenneth and I, we're on the same team. Kenneth is not my enemy.
Not my enemy.
We're on the same team.
Right.
So as long as we realize we're on the same team and we're striving for the same goal, just like the football, we can't help but to win. And that's the way we look at it. We look at whatever we do, we're going to win. And guess what? Even if we try, if this video, if our podcast don't work, guess what? We're going to try it again. We're going to keep trying. We ain't going to give up. We're going to keep trying to make sure, because guess what? I know I'm reaching somebody because people keep sending me comments. People keep texting me. People keep sending me
questions
emails. So I'm reaching somebody. And I realized this a long time ago. If I can just help that one couple, I've done what I needed to do.
And we don't have all the answers. And we're not trying to say by no means we have all the answers. But our job is to just stand in our little corner and try to see how we can help with this whole big old giant problem that we have with marriage. Because it's time out for that now. We need to learn that the enemy is outside of the marriage, not inside the marriage.
Exactly.
Together we stand, divided we fall is our motto. And that's what we try to stick by. It's one of our golden rules. And I guarantee if we can get couples to start rolling up their sleeves and start taking marriage serious the way it was designed, then you can start seeing your marriage. It may not be perfect, but you can see your marriage take off in the right direction. And that's what we're just trying to do. We're just trying to give you a little nuggets of what's helping us.
Right.
You know, and we still having bumps and bruises in our marriage and our relationship. But at the same time, we're going to keep going on. We're not going to stop. We're not going to let it hinder us. We're not going to let it stop our marriage. What we're going to do is just push those issues out of the way and keep going forward. So that's what our job is to you all, to give you all little nuggets of what's helping us, so it may help you all.
So to just give you a closing of what we talked about today, ladies, gentlemen, whoever, you don't have to have a long engagement. You know what you want. You're mature adults. You're intelligent people.
Right.
Just talk, communicate.
Yes.
That's all we're talking about. At the end of the day, put it out there. Kendall, this is what I'm looking for.
This is my goal. This is what I want in a wife. This is what you want in a husband.
What I want.
How can we bring these two goals together and make a mesh so we can start our relationship out?
That's it.
You know, don't be scared. You got to have a leap of faith in order to start a relationship off, in order to start a marriage out. And you have to have a leap of faith to keep it going. That's what's keeping our marriage going, is faith. We have the faith to believe that we're going to keep on going to the end, and that at the end it might turn out to be something.
Right.
That it will turn out to be something.
Yes. And that's what we want.
Yes.
We want you all to work together, come in a team concept. That's what it's about.
Right.
Team concept. Because what Kenneth and I are about, we are about revive, renew, and restore. That's what we want y'all to do. We want to revive that relationship, renew it, so it can all be restored. So, again, I think I said that wrong, but I'm going to get it right, because y'all going to look at me like revive, renew, and then the next week I'm going to say something different. But it's reunite. Revive, reunite, and restore. That's it. Revive, reunite. Once you reunite, come back together. You're going to revive this thing, and then it's going to be restored.
Absolutely.
So again,
absolutely.
Reunite, revive, and restore. So thank y'all again. Like I said, make sure you subscribe.
Yeah. Yes.
Make sure you like. Make sure you make those comments.
Yes.
Keep them coming.
Keep them coming.
Again, if you want to personally email us, you can email us at thedavisonintervention@gmail.com. You can go on our website. That's www.thedavison, and the Davison is THE Davison DAVISON intervention.com. So hit us up, tell your friends, share, and join us every Monday, y'all. So we look forward to seeing y'all. Y'all have a good night.
See ya.
Bye.